Hey guys, here today showing you how to replace the spark plugs on a 2005 Jeep Cherokee. This particular, or Grand Cherokee, this Cherokee has the 3.7 liter, I think it's a Powertech V6. This engine was found in multiple Jeep, Chrysler, Dodge vehicles. So this engine was in a lot of different cars. It's really not too difficult to get to the spark plugs, or at least on one side it's not. You can see the coil packs are right here. This side's pretty easy to get to. We are going to remove this airbox just because it'll make it easier to do so. Some people would remove this strut tower bar, but I'm not going to do that. And then on the other side, you see it's a little bit more difficult to get to, but if you go around the outside, like over here, you can see the other ones. We are going to remove this here tube and the box. That way we'll have clear access to everything. So let's just get right into it. Okay, so the first thing you want to do is remove this airbox. So we're going to go on ahead and remove this air intake tube, just two 8mm clamps here. You could also use a flathead screwdriver if you would like. Also, if you go around the back of the tube, there is a small connector that's connected into it. You just squeeze the tab and pull it out. This guy right here in the back. Let's see if you can see it or not. Sorry. It's just one little tab that you push and take it out. Once you get that out, then go on ahead and remove this tube from here. Just pull it off like so and set it down to the side. The sensor is right here. The connector I'm talking about, it just goes clipped in right here. Careful not to damage it. And then also, if you peek around the very back of the box, let me see if I can get you a little bit of a better angle. Well, at least you can see where I'm pointing at. Directly in the middle of the box in the back, there's another clamp that's just like the 8mm that you took off. You can see it easily from the side of the car. That's what it's attaching it to the throttle body. So if you just come right in the back, loosen it up. Loosen it up enough. You don't have to take it all the way off, but you do need to loosen it up. That way when you go to remove the box, you'll be ready to take it off. Now, let me move you here because there's some other screws that are a little hidden. If you look straight down underneath right underneath the box, we'll see if it'll, I don't know if it'll really focus on it, but there is one. You see that little Torx bit right there? There's one on each side. I believe those are look like T30 Torx. There's one here under the box, and then the other one is kind of hidden behind this here alternator charging cable, but there is another one directly in this hole as well. So there's one down in here in this hole. This is if you're looking at underneath the box. There's two. There's one over here on this side over here, and there's one over here on this side. You should be able to get to it. Now let me see if I can get a better view. This one's kind of just tucked up underneath behind these wires. Right down there in that hole, you'll see it's right there. But if you get like a 6-inch extension and a T30 Torx, you will be able to loosen those up and remove the screws. This one over here is broken already on this side. You can see the box is already kind of broken away from it. So I'm gonna go ahead and loosen those both up right now. Then that should be all you need to do to free up this box. After you get those loosened, it'll just pull straight off like this. Don't lose your bolts down in there. These are the two nuts right here. But yeah, you could just set this down to the side. As you can see, now we have clear access to all of the spark plugs. 1, 2, 3 here, 1, 2, 3 on that side. We may have to move a few vacuum hoses and whatnot, but overall it should be pretty easy to get to everything. Okay, I'm now working on the driver's side, or on the right side of the engine as you're staring at it. I'm going to go ahead and remove all the connectors for the coil packs. You just pinch the tab and pull the connector off. Be pretty gentle with these because they're just plastic, they're pretty fragile. Get those all removed off to the side. Be careful with all these little plastic tubes as well around. You can remove these two here if you want, if you think you want to give yourself extra room. I might do so just cause you just slide these here tabs back, then you can just remove these out of the way. Like I said, you don't have to, but I think I'm going to, just cause I want to have as much room as I need. Okay, got that guy off. So I'll just set these off to the side, out of my way for now. Each of these coil packs are held on by a 10mm nut. So just loosen all three of them up, and then just go in and twist, just spin the coil pack around a little bit and pull it out. It'll just pull straight out. You don't have to worry about, you know, which one goes where or whatever the case may be. You're more than welcome to label them however you want, A, B, C, 1, 2, 3, whatever you want to put. You can do that and put them back in the same hole, but they're all the same coil pack, so really if you so happen to mess them up or forget where they went, don't worry about it. Okay, after you pull all the coil packs out, you can go on ahead and grab yourself a 5/8 spark plug socket, like so. There are usually just 2 spark plug socket sizes. Well, normally there are other sizes, but this one in this case is a 5/8. Grab yourself a ratchet and just go on ahead and slowly remove the spark plugs. Okay, so once you get all the old spark plugs out, you can go ahead and install the new spark plugs. Make sure that you start them by hand only. Don't go in there and try and wrench them in there and turn them in there. You might cross thread them. I do suggest that you take a little bit of, well, this is like either the anti-seize or this is copper. This is what I use all the time, just copper paste. Just put a little bit on there like so. Then I just rub it on there like this. Sorry, the camera's not focusing on it, but I just put a little bit in there, and that way when you go to take these out again, they won't be, you know, stuck in there. But yeah, just go on ahead and start them all by hand first. And you go on ahead and tighten them down snugly. Don't go crazy on the torque. You can strip, you know, the threads out. So just I'll leave that up to you, your discretion of how strong you think you are today. Okay, so once you get all the spark plugs back in, you can go on ahead and reinstall the coil packs. You just simply slide them straight back down just how you found them. Tighten up the 10mm nut that holds them down. I would like to point out that if you look at these coil packs that I pulled out, the boots, see, they look good. You want to make sure that there's no oil on them. Down here in the tips, if there's oil, then your valve cover gaskets need to be replaced. And if you're replacing these out of, you know, preventative maintenance, that's great, good on you. if you're replacing these because you have a misfire or a random misfire or anything like that, and you pull these coil packs out and they have oil on them, you need to make sure that you, one, replace the spark plugs, which you're doing now, and you'll also need to get, you'll probably either need to clean these out as best as you can with like electronic cleaner to get all the oil residue out, because that will cause a lot of misfires still, even though you replace the plugs and you put these, you know, wet nasty things back in there. If they are, these are dry. If you go on ahead and put, you know, the coil pack in there and it's still soaked with oil, you're going to still have misfires. So you want to make sure that you address the valve cover gaskets, because that's what's causing the oil to leak down into the spark plug holes, well, the tube seals. But in order to replace the tube seals, you got to do the valve cover. So another thing I'd like to point out is that if your coil pack looks like this one, and see, it doesn't look like the other one, this one's all rusted on the end. See, this one here is nice and clean. This one's rust, like it's got water that got inside there and probably damaged the coil pack, and that'll also cause misfires as well. So I'm going to replace this coil pack. So if you don't see me putting all three of them back, that'd be the reason. I'm still going to replace this one. But nonetheless, stick the coil packs back on, slide them straight down into position, just how they were. Make sure they're seated nice and firmly down on top of the spark plug. It might take a little bit of pressure to push them down on there. Make sure they're down all the way, then you can reconnect the coil pack connectors as well. You can reconnect these two guys right here if you did take them off. And then you just get the 10mm nuts and start them by hand. Then you can go ahead and tighten them all back up. So we'll go ahead and do that. Just like so. Like I said, the other coil pack I'm going to replace, so I won't even touch that one right now. And so I will actually just take this off and show you the other side. And the only thing you'll have to do on this side that'll be different from the other side is to remove this here dipstick bracket, this straight metal piece right here. It gets attached right here by one 10mm bolt. It's not that you have to even remove it, you just have to loosen this and take the screw out and then maneuver this around so that you can pull this coil pack straight up out of here. Because right now, if you try to lift it out of there, you won't be able to, it'll just get stuck. So other than that, this side is identical to the other side, so there shouldn't be any issues getting that back together. You'll just take the airbox here that you had and just maneuver it right back into place on the throttle body there. You know, just push it on. The two T30 get tightened up right there. The only thing you don't want to forget is the one little connector that's back here that goes onto the air intake tube. Other than that, I mean, everything else is pretty straightforward. You know, I could show you how to put everything back together, but honestly, this is a super easy job that anybody can do at home. So if you have any comments or questions, just ask them in the comment section below. Please don't lose your mind. I didn't tell you how to, you know, put everything back together. It's very simple. And if you do have a question about it, please ask. Don't get in the comments and you know, I've had a few people get in there and just be rude. I'm not about that drama. So just ask me a question if you have it. I will gladly answer anything you guys have to the best of my knowledge. So thanks for stopping by. I appreciate you watching the video, and I will catch you guys next time. Don't forget to hit the subscribe and like button on your way out. All right.